MLB The Show Season 6 is here, and I am going over the best players at every single position, ranking them 1 to 10 with some honorable mentions. Today, we are going over the best third baseman in the entire game cycle. There's a lot of cards that can play third base. We're going to go over the ones that I think are the 10 best. A couple of disclaimers. This is completely my preference on the guys that I think should be playing here. I also wanted to be prefaced that I'm putting every single guy in the infield only at one position. So if they can play all 4 positions in the infield, I'm putting them at the position I think is the best. So if there's a guy that can play third, like Ellie De La Cruz, he's not going to be on this list because I think he's better at shortstop. So if there's a guy you really like, there's a pretty decent chance that he's on a different list for a different position. Let me know who you guys have been using in Season 6 at third base. There's plenty of theme teams and all that you can use. I would love to know who you guys are rocking with. And without further ado, let's get into the honorable mentions. I feel like it would be a disservice to everybody if we have a third base list and we leave off a 99 George Brett. George's swing is still fantastic. His stats are still amazing. He gets over 100 power versus both sides. That is really, really, really good. And he's probably like the first guy off the top 10 if you're really going to be honest. He's insane and he's incredible. And George is daddy. Another honorable is Nolan Arenado's Platinum Glove card. Really cool card art. I've just never been a big fan of Nolan Arenado cards. This is completely biased, honestly. I think his swing kind of sucks. His stats are definitely very good, though. Speed's low, but everything else great. Perfect defender at third. The hitting stats versus lefties are crazy. Versus righties, they're good enough. He does have a couple of quirks as well. So this card's great. Honorable mention because I don't like his swing. I know some of you guys do. Another honorable is going to be this Kyle Seager collection card. This card is actually insane and way better than a Kyle Seager should be. I just don't love his swing personally, and then the lefty contact's definitely a little bit low. But, I mean, he's really good. The fielding's great. The arm's fine. Like, this card does a lot of things well. He's just not my cup of tea, especially for a lefty bat. I think there's better ones at the position. There are a couple other cards I was considering putting here, but I'm going to put Red Turn 2. This card is actually really, really, really good. The speed's not great, but everything else is phenomenal. High contact, high power versus left, good clutch. Fielding's nice. He's a little versatile in the field as well. He can play the entire infield besides catcher. This card's actually very solid, and I think Justin Turner has an okay swing. It's pretty good. It's okay. And the last honorable mention, I know he's a shortstop primary, but I just felt like this was right to put him at the third base one, is going to be Captain Durability Captain Cal Ripken Jr. This is probably, and I might be wrong about this, but I don't think I am, the most used card in the game this year with the least amount of at-bats. I am almost confident that that will be true. You are not using this card to actually use him. You're using him because of his captain boosts are insane. 10 contact right, 15 left, the fielding boost and the clutch boost, all to durability 99s. And there are so many cards with 99 durability in this game that are already really good. This card is one of the 5 best cards in the game just for what he does to make other cards better. It's honestly just incredible, and he has to be on this list. It wouldn't feel right without it. All right, so let's get into the actual top 10. At number 10, we're going to have this 99 overall Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs has an unbelievable swing. Kind of weird to see him in a Yankee uniform. They always give him a Red Sox or a Rays card. Maxed out contact and clutch. 112 power. 87 versus left. This card's actually unbelievable. Lefty good swing. Plays good defense at either position, first or third. I like him better at third base personally, just because you want more power over at first. But this card is a great mix of good fielding, really solid hitting stats. He has a couple of quirks as well, which make him very good, especially that dead red and breaking ball hitter. I really like Wade Boggs. I think if you guys haven't used him, he is a little expensive right now, but he's a fun card. He's number 10. At number 9, we are going Munetaka Murakami. This card was unbelievable to have double barrel 125 power versus both sides as a day 1 card. Sadly, there's no quirks. The swing is great. The speed is very good. Contact's fine. The clutch is a little bit lower, but it's close enough. It's all good. Everything's great about this card. I do just wish the contact and the clutch were higher if he wasn't going to have any quirks, but he was a WBC guy. We could have never expected to get a card like this. We're not going to have another Murakami for at least another year until he's in the MLB. So if you want to use somebody leaving and a quote-unquote legend that's not going to be in a game next year, this is a card you're going to want to use and have a little bit of fun with. At number 8 is a card that is only as low on this list because I can pretty confidently tell you myself, and probably 90% of the people watching this have never really used the Vinny Castilla new legend last year. and his cards have been a little underwhelming. This one was not at all, but we've had so many great third base options and shortstop options that for a World Series reward, this guy just didn't feel worth it to take. So 120, 121, max power versus right, 115 left, max clutch. Even the vision is really good. Like, those are all fantastic hitting. This is one of the best flat out hitting cards in the game. 92 fielding and 92 arm, 60 speed is pretty good. There's nothing this card does poorly. Literally nothing. It does have a couple of quirks, not all of them. And I just think the other cards above him are a little bit well known for their swings. He's probably only low because I don't know what his swing looks like, but he's really good. Number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have a card that if I were doing a DH list, and that might come at some point, and the DH will just come from all the pools of all the players. But if we did, he would be towards the top of it. Gary Sheffield, almost completely maxed at everything. The only thing he's not is the power versus right, but it's 115. That's already insanely good anyway. Usually Sheffield cards have pretty bad fielding. This is easily the best Gary Sheffield we've ever had. The reason he is this low is because this is the most hit or miss swing, one of them in the game, honestly. His swing to me is really good. Just his stance is very up on the plate. Patented wagging of the bat is pretty cool. I really like Gary Sheffield's in general for me personally. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, and this is one of the more underrated cards in the game, I think, right now. I don't think a lot of people are using him, but the guys who are probably having a really good time. And to me, he's number 7. At number 6, another right-handed hitter, Austin Riley. This card is phenomenal, honestly. He does get the durability boost, so that's good to know. 77 speed is great. 87 fielding is awesome, especially at third base. Higher contact versus right, higher power versus left. Really well statted card. His swing is awesome. He does have a couple of quirks as well. And if you don't have him and you're watching this video and you're starting from nothing, I'd probably ignore him. But if you do have him, he's a really good option. And he's going to be number 6. Another really good option is the 99 Kaiju David Wright, brand new legend into the game this year. He got a Kaiju collection card. There's also a home run derby card that I think is a little bit worse at a lot of things, but that one you can buy. This one's obviously a collection, so if you don't have him and you want to try David Wright, go ahead and cop that other one. Maxed out contact versus both pretty much. 101, 118 powers, amazing. The clutch is a little bit lower than the contact, but it's more or less the same. 97 fielding, 94 arm, 88 speed, 90 stealing is not what I expected to see out of a David Wright when we got him. Literally a 5-tool player. His swing is actually very nice too. Some people don't like his toe tap. I personally don't mind. It might be the best 5-tool primary third baseman in the entire game. There might be more so that are at a position that are more likely going to be shortstops. I think David Wright's better at third base anyway, so we're going to keep him there. And to me, he's number 5. At number 4 is going to be maybe my favorite swing in this entire video game that we all love and we all play. 99 Rafael Devers, Silver Slugger to be specific. I like this one a lot more than the other one just because he's way more balanced. The contact is higher. The power is a little bit better on the finest one, but I'd rather have high contact, and 100 power is just fine, especially with his swing anyway versus lefties. This was also buyable. He's under 100K also. That's definitely a plus. You don't have to grind him if you don't want to. I like him at third base personally though because he doesn't get the best animations in the world, so you kind of tuck him over at third base. Maxed out contact, pretty much a P5. Maxed out power versus right. The clutch is perfect. The swing is really what gets it done with this Devers. The stats are great and all. The swing is fantastic. He does have some really good quirks as well. So I feel like Devers hits more home runs than a majority of cards in this game on the same type of swing. And just for that, he's number 4. Coming in at number 3 is going to be 99 overall Corey Seager. He's a shortstop primary. He plays second and third base. Also, third is going to be easily his best position, in my opinion. One of the handful of swings I'd say is actually better than Devers. I know I just talked a lot about Devers' swing. And this is a card that, like, when you get out, if you're playing against them, is such a sigh. And thank God, because it seems like anybody that's using him is hitting over 400 Corey Seager. Oh, by the way, he gets the durability team and the shortstop team. Shortstop team makes him a little bit better because he'll still be maxed out with the contact, but the speed will go up. I think speed really helps Corey out a little bit more. So both of those captains are great. He should probably start on both of them, but he should probably just start on your God squad anyway. He's fantastic. Corey Seager with a little bit of quirks. You are number 3. At number 2 on the list is a guy who, if you guys know, you probably know, Jose Ramirez had an all-star game card this year, and boy, oh boy, does it slap. He's pretty much 5 tools. I mean, he plays several positions, and he's fantastic at all of them. He's obviously best at third. He doesn't lose any of his penalties over there, so we're going to keep him there for the sake of this video. 110 clutch is great as well. The speed's great. The fielding's great. Switch hitting, one of the best switch hitting bats in the game. He gets fantastic launch angles, fantastic results off the bat. He does have quite a few quirks as well, just like most of the good cards on this list have. And he's another collection card, but he's not quite all the way. Same path as the Austin Riley. So if you don't have Austin, you probably don't have Jose either. Despite the pretty significant lack in contact versus right, I don't think it really matters. This guy is just different, and boy, I love Jose Ramirez. But as much as I love Jose Ramirez, it's hard to say he's the best third baseman in the game when the best third baseman in the game came out day 1 and was available from us from the jump. 99 Chipper Jones, retro finest. Gets the shortstop boost, which is actually very nice. Helps the speed go up a little bit more. Maxed out versus lefties completely. Amazing. 115, 120 with 1 versus righties is unbelievable. 117 clutch is really good. His swing is just, I mean, it's Chipper Jones. It's Chipper Jones. The fielding's good enough. The only thing that I will say about Chipper, I do think he's the best hitting third baseman without a shadow of a doubt. He gets terrible animations at third base. Want the best of the best, put Chipper at third. His defense doesn't hinder you that much, but nobody olays balls more than Chipper Jones. I really don't know why. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. There you guys have it. The best third baseman in MLB The Show 23 through set 6. Some of the other infield videos that may or may not be out by the time you're watching this might contain some other guys that play third that probably would have cracked this list, but I think they're better at their other positions. So please, again, do keep that in mind. I'm trying to keep these lists as varied as possible so they're not all just Chipper, J-Ram, Ellie De La Cruz. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and let me know who your favorite third baseman is and which video you're looking forward to next. See you guys in the next one. Peace.